Hi guys, this is Austin from the Main Street Moose YouTube channel and the Migrating Moose travel blog. Today I'm joined by Capri.
Hi guys, I am Capri Wilkins. I am certified in both yoga and I'm a certified health coach. And today we are just going to give you guys a little bit of tips about stretching.
Yes, I know that I travel a lot, Capri travels a lot. Most of you guys do travel a lot, or you would like to, following a traveling blog. What we're going to talk about is when you're taking a rest stop, when you're getting gas in your car, what stretches should you do to kind of limber up? Because if we're sitting in cars for 3-5 hours, we're going to get pretty hunched over, pretty locked up, and that's not conducive to longer travels.
It's important. It's unhealthy to be sitting for super long periods of time, whether it's in a desk chair or in a car.
Sitting and all. So you can also incorporate this if you work a desk job. This will help you kind of stretch out, help you loosen up, help your day go by a little bit smoother.
Awesome.
Okay, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so now we're going to talk about stretches you can do in your car. So let's say you've got a long ways to go.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone always, you hear stories about like the crazy dad or the crazy uncle or whoever it is that refuses to stop. Like, you go 7 hours and you're beginning to pee in bottles. So
we're not stopping.
We're not stopping.
Keep going. We're making great time.
So really important is that if you are stuck in the car for a long time, if someone wants to go like 4+ hours, even 2+ hours, your body needs to move. So one of the things that you can do in the car really easy is you can just pull your ankle up over your knee, and it's a modified hip stretch. So this would be kind of like a half lotus if you were sitting on the ground, any yoga people are familiar with that. But you're just going to sit up straight. You're going to pull that knee up and the ankle over your knee, and you're just going to lean forward. You don't want any knee pain. You should feel it in your glute med.
Oh, yeah.
Should be right there, deep in your hip.
Right on that outside of my butt cheek.
Yep, you don't necessarily have to go super deep. I mean, I can lay down over my knee, but honestly, most people, like Austin's level right here, is just enough to keep you from getting all locked up in your hips. And you want to do both sides, so you want to be careful not to just sit one side. Switch it up. Make sure you maybe count or listen to a song on your iPod or, wow, iPods aren't even a thing anymore.
No, they're not.
Your phone.
Everything's on the phone
Everything
now.
on your phone. That was weird.
Unless you know what an iPod is, then you're definitely going to have to stretch because you're going to need it. That'll be a good determinant. If you had an iPod, stretch like this.
You definitely need to stretch. Awesome. One side might feel different than the other. A lot of people tend to favor one hip over the other, so one side might be way more stiff. So one of the biggest things is don't necessarily force it. Just go until you feel a tiny bit of discomfort, a nice big stretch. It feels good, doesn't it?
It feels good.
Yep.
Yeah,
so don't take it to pain.
Definitely more tight.
Yeah, mine too is, actually. So popping up, another one that you can do, it's really, really simple, is you can pull, just really simple, grab your kneecap and try to pull that knee into your armpit. So you're avoiding your rib cage.
Whoa.
Pull it in nice and tight, kind of clench off the blood flow.
Okay.
Sit up nice and straight. Hold it there for a second. Big deep breaths. Nice. And then you can let it go. And all that does is it's going to clench off your blood flow for a second, and it just restores new fresh blood flow. So things don't have a chance to get swollen. If you notice that you get swollen in the car really easily from sitting too much, things just like clenching your hands really hard and letting them go, or pulling across, or pulling up, or even holding your hands up in the air, but especially those legs and ankles and knees tend to get really swollen in the car. So
any sort of hold and then relax.
Yep, especially
would be good.
Yep, especially when you are kind of pulling it across the body, up, especially for your arms. You want up so that it has a chance to have trouble getting new blood flow to it, but especially this leg one is really going to help you from getting swollen.
For sure.
Yep. Got to make sure you do both sides. And then something to, even if you're not flexible, like at all, you can't get into either one of these, something as simple as just clenching your legs. So just sticking them out, clenching your knees, and let it go. Clench them.
So like you're trying to kick your toes.
Kind of like a hamstring extension.
Okay.
But in the car.
So you're trying to
sometimes you're not necessarily going to have...
your toes to the ceiling, I guess.
Yep. Sometimes you're not necessarily going to have the room for it. If you're in the front seat, you're a lucky duck. Put your feet up on the dash and do it. But even just ankle circles too. Those things will help keep blood flowing and keep you from getting swollen and stiff in the car.
In the car.
In
I like
the car.
it. So now let's say that we were lucky enough that the uncle would stop and pull over and let us out. So
get
now,
snacks.
get some sort of snacks, potty break, whatever you want to do. So now we're going to go over what sort of stretches you would do if you are out of the car. You have a little bit more space, but you don't want to get too crazy. Let's take a look.
Let's do it.
Okay, so now as you can see, we are outside of the car. And what do?
Uncle pulled over, and you get a chance to get out. And we go to the bathroom, we get our snacks. So after you have a chance to do all of the pit stop things, don't just jump back in the car and get comfy again with your movie. It's really, really important. Get things moving a little bit. So pedal those knees a little bit, couple little butt kicks. Something as simple as like a deep squat. Just like kind of sit as deep. Oh. There you go. It feels so good, doesn't it?
It is nice.
It's so nice. Just like a deep squat. It can be wide, it can be narrow. Kind of doing that a little bit. Things that help your legs clench off blood flow for a second and then allow blood flow are really good for car rides and just life in general. But a couple things that you can do specifically for your legs, because they are going to get bummered out with all of the sitting, is you can just widen those legs as much as you can. Do a couple deep lunges. So you don't want to be sinking into that knee. The knee stays over your ankle. So Austin, you're a little far.
Too far.
Yep, a little too far. Never take it over your ankle. There we go. Perfect. And then here, woohoo! Austin did it. Okay, you don't necessarily have to keep that back foot down. If you can keep the back foot down, it doubles as a calf stretch, but you don't have to. There you go. Okay. So you can start here, and then when you're feeling like you've got a pretty decent stretch in that hip flexor, good in the calf muscle, you can come up a little bit and go a little deeper. So you want to be careful with that front foot again. You might have to pull it out a little bit more. And you can kind of bring that knee down a little bit. And what you want to do is you want to pull your hips forward. Lean that upper body back slightly, and it should go straight down your psoas.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Right into there.
And those suckers get really tight in a car ride where you're sitting all day.
Yeah, you're going to be sitting all day shortening those.
Yep. Make sure you do both sides. Those are great. Simple stretches, like just grabbing the hood of your car, stretch out those quads, those simple, easy elementary school stretches.
The ones everybody knows.
The ones everyone knows. Something you can do if you can't achieve it in the car, you can cross that foot up over your quad, and you can do this same stretch but outside of the car. So you can kind of sit back. Ooh. And you can do it in on your car.
So a little more advanced.
A little bit more advanced. You can get a little deeper too. So we do that.
As I can get.
That's okay.
Make
sure you do both sides. Always important to do both sides. And then something that is really important, Austin, is how does your torso look when you're sitting in the car?
Or from the side view?
Yeah.
Probably something like that.
Like drudgery.
Back, texting on your phone.
Your head is hanging down, which is one of the worst things. Text neck is a real thing. That's not a good thing. Your head is hanging down. Usually your shoulders are forward. Your chest is closed. These muscles are getting really tight. These muscles are getting really tight. Your traps are just dying most of the time. And the back of your neck has been holding the brunt of your head for most of the time. So we need to do a couple of chest opening stretches, and we'll show you guys those in a different spot.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so now we pulled over, and now here are some options for stretching while using the car. What you can do.
So, like we were talking about, before you get back in the car and get settled in with your headphones and with your movies on your phone, one of the most important things you can do is reverse the things that you're doing in the car. So we talked about that posture that you have when you're sitting in a car with your phone, most of the time texting, watching movies. You're literally slumped over. You close your chest. You put so much pressure on these back muscles up in your traps. Your head hangs low. This front of your neck is tight. The back of your neck has been taking the brunt of the weight of your head. So we want to reverse that. So something as simple as grabbing the top of your car door. You can have your arms apart as much as you need to. Closer together is going to create a bigger stretch. So just start right here with wide arms, and all you're going to do is kind of bring your feet back. Stick your butt far back as you can, and as you lean forward, you want to look up. So you're literally reversing that negative curve that you're putting into your back and down your spine, into your neck. It opens your chest, it opens your abdomen. Your belly is tight, you're not letting it hang out. You're trying to pull that sacrum up. Most people, that's a pretty flexible bend right there. So most people are going to start with their arms pretty wide, and as you lean forward into it, you might start feeling it even just right here. You might not be able to get too far, but what you're doing is you're bringing the rib cage open, you're keeping your chest open, you're looking up so that you're stretching the front of your neck, you're compressing the back of your neck, re-strengthening these muscles. So we're just reversing that negative curve and pulling it all open. Another one that you can do that's really simple is just using right here I forget what this is called, the foot rails? Is that what that is?
Door jamb.
There we go. So just pull, no matter how tall your car is, go ahead and pull your foot up on the door jamb, and you can just lean forward into your leg. Once again, this is one where it's very personal flexibility. You might have to bend your leg just to get it here, and as you straighten it, you feel a big stretch. If you are here and you don't feel much of a stretch, you can start to lean forward. Obviously, you want to do it on both legs. And then one more to open your chest is you can use your door. And this one's really simple. All you want to do is keep your arm at a 90-degree angle. You kind of want to bring it up so that you're almost in line with your shoulder, and you want to turn away from it. And this will open up across your chest, up into your clavicle a little bit. You want to look up. Once again, we're just reversing that negative slouching curve in your back. Make sure to do that on both sides. Turn away from it. And voila, you're ready to get back in the car.
All right, guys, thanks for watching our video on how to stretch on your long trips. I hope it helped you out just a little bit. If it helped you out just enough, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to thank Capri for helping me out with this.
Super happy to be here.
And we're going to have all of Capri's information on the links below. So she's got the whole gamut.
Go follow me.
Facebook, Instagram,
and definitely
Pinterest.
follow Austin.
Hey guys, thanks for staying, and we'll see you in our next video.